I'm Will Milne, and this video is part of the Adobe Stock Artist Spotlight series. In this video, I'll take you from inception to completion for the process of creating one of my images.
I would describe my style of photography as vibrant minimalism. I have to take photos of just a single object against a colorful background. I also like to play a lot with shadow and form in my photography. When creating these types of images, everything that is there becomes much more important. So whether it's using contrasting colors, textured backgrounds, or even just taking the time to straighten out all the little lines in your image, all the small details are much more noticeable.
I like creating images for Adobe Stock because of the creative freedom that it allows me. As a photographer, I spend a lot of my time creating images that meet my client's specifications. With Adobe Stock, I get to make what I want to make, and sometimes what I want to make is a little bit weird. So whether I want to take a photo of a hand dripping with silver paint, or the shadow of a ketchup packet, or even just a whole bunch of basketballs, that's something that I get to do with Adobe Stock.
I believe that the process of making art should be as accessible as possible. So for the image that we're going to be creating today, we're not going to use very much gear. So we've got a few things here. We've got a camera, we've got some poster board, we've got a watermelon, we've got a knife, we've got a tripod, we've got some flashes even though we're not going to use them, and most importantly, we've got gaffing tape. So here we are setting up our little mobile studio outside in a public park. Totally free, totally accessible for anybody to do. We're setting up and styling the watermelon and limes here. Watermelon's very easy. Lime's a little bit more difficult than you'd imagine. Can't get them to stand up straight, but with a little trial and error, we can get there. We're using the direct hard light of the sun to get the crisp edge shadows that we want. Clouds would diffuse the light and give us feathered edges on our shadows, which is not what we want for this particular image. After styling your scene, it's time to get a picture. Always a good idea to adjust your stance to make it look like you know what you're doing a little bit more. Get a couple of different shots from different angles because you never know what you need, and you want to make sure that you get everything perfectly in focus. For this shot today, I'm shooting at 1/100th of a second at f11 ISO 100. After you're done getting your shot, it's time to edit. So this is a speedy rundown of the editing process for this image. We start off in Lightroom Classic, and we're just going to make some really basic adjustments. Mostly we're using the HSL sliders to get the exact colors that we want before we throw the image into Photoshop. Once we're into Photoshop, it's just a matter of moving some things around. I'm going to crop this a little bit to just get it to the specific size that we want to. You can see that we cropped outward instead of inwards, which leave us with a little bit of white space on our canvas that isn't really doing much, but we're going to use Photoshop's content-aware fill feature in order to fill that in with something that will make a little bit more sense. Then it's just a matter of centering everything and making some final adjustments. For this particular image, we're going to get the shadows, remove all the color, and then use the curves feature to kind of collapse the tonal quality so it just reads as a solid black. After that, you can export your final image as a JPEG and you're good to go. After we've saved our image, it's time to go ahead and upload it to Adobe Stock. Submitting something to Adobe Stock is as simple as checking the category, giving it a title, and double-checking the keywords. I also like to go ahead and add in a few keywords of my own and rearrange them as well before submitting my image for approval.
This video has been part of the Adobe Stock Artist Spotlight series. My name is Will Milne. Thanks for watching, everybody, and have a great day.